Hello HRAce fans, the next couple episodes we're going to tear down, clean, reassemble, and review some helpful modifications on a Tyco 440 X2. So this is Kevin Vitoman 50. We give you tech, solutions, and helpful hints. Now on to the video. Okay everybody, we're going ahead and start working on the Tyco 440 X2 car. This is my new table downstairs. Looks pretty nice, so I'm going to start working down here all the time when I do my videos. Okay, now these are the Tyco cars that I have. This is what they call a Tyco 440. It has one standard traction magnet all the way across. This was the first Tyco 440 cars that they had originally. Magnum 440s is what they called them. What they did is they went to what is called a Tyco 440 X2, where they went from one magnet across the bottom to two traction magnets. These magnets were a little bit tighter and stronger than the magnets straight across. Now there is a difference between a thin, narrow chassis and a wide chassis. Wide chassis fits mostly the older wide body cars for like the Tyco Pros, your HP2s, HP7s, and all those. The narrow ones usually are for like your Formula cars, and like this one here is for most of your stock car bodies and such. Now there is a difference on some of the things here we're looking at. Okay, I just want to show you. Now this is what they call a narrow motor, where between the lambs the spacing is narrow. This one is a wide motor, where between the lambs the motor is wider. Most all your sanctioned bodies now run the narrow motor, not the wide. The wide motor, they says, has got a little bit more torque at the bottom end and mid-range speed is what it is, where this one is just pretty much the same torquey pretty much across the board, but it's not as torquey as this motor here. So if they tell you have a wide motor, this is the wide motor. This is the narrow motor. You'll see the lambs are wider here, narrow here. I don't know exactly how many thousandths or anything like that, but you can see there is a difference. Okay? Now, what we're going to work on is one of my youngest son Connor's 440 X2. Now, he has the wide motor in here, which we'll have to remove and change. I do have a new motor for it, and we're going to put a little bit different things in it. Now, one thing to point out that a lot of the 440s have is look at the magnets. They move around a lot, the traction magnets. I don't know if you can see that, but it really, the traction magnet, this one don't move as much, but this one here, as you see, they move around a lot. The traction magnets move so much that a lot of times the car gets a little vibration going down, and sometimes the magnet's not completely flat against the track. One thing too is you have your pickup shoes tend to kick in, as you see. So that's one thing we're going to fix by doing what we're going to do, and we're going to fix the rear magnets, and we're going to do some work on these, because you see these move too, like this one here just moved around. Okay, before we start anything, we're going to gauze the car. Now, I don't know if how it's going to react here, because the machine's kind of getting a little goofy, but I'm at 49.2, which is pretty high for one of these cars. Okay, 49.2. So we're going to start the teardown. Okay, what you do to pull the chassis out of the body is you grab it here. You can grab your thumb, fingernail, it don't matter, but just pull the side out. Pull the chassis out of the body, remove the body. This body is pretty filthy. It's been run a lot, it's probably had a lot of oil in it. You can see the oil's been splashed around in here. So we'll definitely clean this up and do a really nice job of cleaning the body up. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. Now, this is the chassis. This is the top side of the chassis. You can see where the pickups run around the brush barrels here, brushes and everything, and this is how the motor looks from above. And the same thing, if you look, you can see where this magnet jumps around a lot too. So all the magnets kind of jump around a lot. So we're going to fix that too. That's one thing that I really am big about. So first of all, you want to pull the rear end out of it. So you hold the chassis like so. Snap up from the bottom. See how it just, you hear that? It snaps up and pulls up on the other side. Now one thing you have to remember, if you're looking from the bottom, even from the top, the gear usually, if it's set up right, the gear goes to the left side of the main pinion gear. The ring gear, it usually goes on the left side of the pinion gear. So you pull your differential out, put that off to the side. Same thing, snap your front end out. Just one little tidbit of information. As you see how the tires on these kind of bevel down off to the side, what you do if you don't want to put another front end in it, what we found out, take the tires and reverse them around. What that does, it helps them get better traction, so the tire edge is more solid on the track than the outer edge. The outer edge, the car wants to tend to flip over. I call it three-wheeling, when the car wants to flip out of the rail. Okay, so same thing, clip it out, just hold it from this here, your thumbs, clip it out, and you'll see it goes right back in. It clips right back in, clip, clip, right back out. And that's your front end. Okay, so we got some of the tear down already done, just a few little things. Okay, as you see. Okay, then you take your pickup shoes. There's a plastic tab on the front of most all of these cars, and you see it has, it's hard to, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like a little clip here, little tab thing here that you'll have to kind of go down with it, pull it off, pull it up, and then what you do is you have to release it from the brush barrel. See that? And you pull it down through. When you want to put it back on, you put it back up in through the brush barrel and clip it. There's a tang right here that holds it in on the ones on it, but it doesn't hold it in, as you see, like I showed you earlier. See how the pickup tends to flop one way or another, because what happens is it's hard to see probably even with the new camera I bought. There's the spring here only holds it on one side, and usually it's on the inside. Okay, we'll show you later on how to knock that on there. Same thing, push it down, pull it up over the tang. There you go, second one out. They don't let these because they're silver. They want the copper style pickup shoes, so we'll just put them off to the side. There you go, it's partially down. If you want to take the pin out, that's up to you. This pin has a ton of wear on it. We're not going to replace it. I mean, it's not going to hurt nothing. But what you do is, if you see, you can take it and pull. You see how that? You can pull the side out here and the side out here. See that? And it clips right back in. Watch. See that? Clips right back in. So what you want to do is you want to pull the sides apart and then just push it out the bottom. Boom. Right out the bottom it goes. Okay, see that? Right out the bottom. That is your main part of your chassis. You see the magnets are still in there. See how they just pop right out? So what you do is you just pop them right out. Boom, boom. Now, one thing you got to remember is the small part of the magnet, this part of the magnet always is facing down. This part right here. I don't know if you can see that. See how it's got the small part of the magnet, the thin part of the magnet faces downwards. So when it goes back in, it goes down and into the slot. See that? And then all you do is just clip it in there. Okay. And you see they just fall right out. There's nothing really holding them in. These tangs here hold them from going upwards, and these tangs here go from falling and going backwards. But that's it. Look, I mean, look how spongy it is. It's a very spongy chassis. Okay. See that? Now, what you do is you take their end bell. See the end bell comes off, and so does the front bell comes off. So the first thing I usually do is I'll take the pickup shoe springs off of the brushes. See how they just come right off? They're a circle is all they are. If you see, they're a circle. Okay, see that? Okay. And then you take a pair of pliers, and you pull one brush barrel off. It don't matter which, it's not a big deal. There you go. There's one brush barrel comes off. Now they're pushed into the plastic here. If you see them, they're pushed into the plastic here. You see right there? They pushed into plastic. Okay. And all you do is you take the other side, the same thing. You can put them on either side, it don't matter. That's the big deal. That's the brush. And you can pull the front off. Just comes straight off. Okay. Set it off to the side. Pull your right magnet off over here. Left magnet goes over here. Go ahead and pull the gear off the back. I usually use your thumb. You can use pliers, whatever. That's your pinion gear. There you go. Completely apart. This is the back. This is the front. Try to keep everything within line. Now that's the main teardown. That's the end of this video. We'll have another video the next week. As I showed you, that car is very simple to pull apart. The Magnum 440 is an excellent car. Why it was discontinued, why Tyco sold it, and Mattel didn't really want to keep the car alive. The car is a very good car. It's very easy to pull apart. There's a lot of modifications you can do with the armatures, magnets, traction magnets, and all that. And I'll show you that in the future episodes that I have. Please like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? And share it with all the people you know, because I like to get all this information out to everybody. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this for you guys. Hope this is where it finds everybody okay, and hope everybody, has a good Thanksgiving. Thank you. Bye.